Jake Zembiec here at the Columbus Nike opening. Jake, what was it like to be able to come out here and compete for a shot to go?
It's real exciting. I've been throwing a lot for this, practicing a lot for this, kind of watching things on YouTube. And, I felt like I did really well. Got picked for the final 7-on-7 chamber, pressure chamber, you want to call it. I felt like it went really well.
Coming off the injury last year, obviously, how tough was it to sit out with that?
It was really hard just because we had such a good team. I had such a good relationship with all the kids on the team. And just to see their faces when I got hurt and see everyone have to rebuild kind of around the program. We had a pretty good quarterback come in who's also played receiver, so it kind of threw off everything. But, luckily it was only my junior year, so I have another year to come back. But as far as the process goes, I feel like it kind of hurt me a lot. I dropped out of the ESPN 300, just for not having stats, and I feel like, coming to events like this, not having a year of stats and going up against kids who had really awesome junior years, I feel like I'm kind of an underdog. There's not really a problem with that. I didn't have any stats really, but so I'm kind of playing with a chip on my shoulder and just trying to prove that I didn't lose anything as far as ability and whatnot.
Looks like you put on some good weight. How much did you put on, being able to lift since you were injured?
Well, when I first got injured, I think I lost about 10 pounds
just
from not being able to do anything. But last year I was probably right around 200, just weighed in at 211 today. So, I put on a lot of weight, and it's all good weight, I feel like. I felt really good testing in the combine and stuff. And I'm just going to keep putting on good weight, getting stronger.
What's the one part of your game you've been working on the most?
I'm trying to understand coverages and stuff, because in high school, being one of the better athletes, you can get away with being physical and a little more powerful than everyone else. But once you step to that next level, that's all you hear about is the mental aspect and the knowledge of the game.
Did they challenge you with that today?
Not a little bit. In the 7-on-7s, they gave us some different looks and kind of tricky trying to throw over the top on some of the ways the corners were dropping and the safeties and stuff. But it's all part of it. And again, that shows who's been working and who's been studying.
What's the best part of your game?
I think the best part of my game is just I really don't ever give up, don't ever get down no matter what happens. If I do bad, if someone else does bad, I'm always positive and level-headed. And I think that's easy for teammates to build off of and stay confident and play to the best ability.
Third down, late in the game, what's the one route you really have confidence throwing?
I'm probably going to go with a post. I love throwing the post because, you can bullet it in there, which I like to do a lot. You can loft it. And you've got a couple good receivers out there. Just let them make a play.
Oh, you guys got multiples.
We do.
There we go. Bang the post.
I had 2 receivers here today, so it should be a good year.
Before you started getting all these letters and calls from college coaches, who was on your wall? What was your college team?
I honestly was not into college football. I was just Patriots, kind of. Tom Brady fan my whole life, but
so we got to talk to Flakegate then.
No.
How do you like your ball, inflated or deflated? Like, what's your optimal PSI?
I don't know. Super Bowl champion. That's all I know.
So you would never deflate a football?
No, at least not now. Maybe when I'm making tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Going after. So
now, who was your favorite athlete growing up?
My favorite, I guess Tom Brady doesn't really count as an athlete.
Oh man, you're dogging the quarterback position.
No. Best of all time, but not athletic. But LeBron, he's my favorite. I guess he used to be a stud at football too. So what's not to love about him? He's just he's a freak and better than everybody else.
Can you imagine throwing to him as a receiver?
I would just throw it as high as I could and let him go under.
Now, you're not old enough to remember Jordan in his prime, but do you have an opinion on the Jordan-LeBron thing that we see on Twitter all the time?
No, I don't think it's fair to compare them, but from looking at it, it looks like LeBron's a beast compared to Jordan, but Jordan's will and his grind is pretty impressive too.
So you're a Patriots fan. Did you have a baseball team growing up?
Not really. I was just, football even came on a little late, but I wasn't really into sports until I was forced to be into sports for recruiting, kind of.
How do y'all stay in contact? Is it a Snapchat group? Is it a Twitter group? How do y'all communicate?
Some of us are on Snapchat, but we have a group message. We're 2016 Mafia commits, and then we have, I forget what the other one's called, but it's for all the kids who are being looked at by Penn State. So we do that since we're all kind of spread out over the Northeast. Can't really see each other too much unless we're at camps, but our group message stays pretty live and put a lot of pressure on the guys.